Today's video is all about Detroit Lions training camp, and we're talking about camp battles and 7 things to watch for in this up-and-coming camp. It is important. This camp literally could determine how the Lions season goes with so many question marks, at least a couple question marks with position battles. But before we get into today's video, if you want Tate Ratledge to win the center position off merit because he's damn good, hit that like button. Why is that? Because if you hit it, it could happen. Let's go. If you didn't know, now you know. Detroit Lions training camp is at Allen Park, and the rookies are reporting on July 16, July 19 for the veterans. Also, if you would like to go and see Lions training camp, you need to go to DetroitLions.com to get tickets. Yes, tickets, because the Lions are a popular team as their new America's team. A lot of fans are going. 7th battle that I'm watching right here is tight end number 3/4 position battle. We got the 2 locked up, right? Sam Laporta, Brock right there, good to go. Now, it just depends how many tight ends they're going to go with. Is it going to be 3? Is it going to be 4? Kenny Yabua, more the physical tight end, the guy who's going to be do the blocking, the hard work, the blue-collar tight end. Shane Zylstra, more of the individual who's going to get the pass, right, get the first down, hands tight end. And if you look at both of these players here, not a lot going on. 5 receptions, 47 yards, 1 touchdown, 9.4 average for Kenny. And you look at Shane here, 1 reception, 22, 0 touchdowns, average of 22. It doesn't matter about the average. It doesn't matter. How many tight ends do they want to have on this roster this year, and what type of tight end? Do you want the pass-catching tight end? Do you want the blocking tight end? That will dictate who gets that job. Again, if you want Tate Ratledge to win off merit and get the Lions a better season, hit that like button, will it into existence. Number 2 position battle that I have here is the interior defensive line. Some question marks, some concerns. What is that? Because you got Lee McNeil who's coming off an injury. He won't be back halfway through the season, maybe Thanksgiving. And he is obviously a huge important part to the Lions interior. DJ Reader, a lot of question marks this offseason, and we'll get to that in a second. Levi Onwuzurike, a 1-year deal. He has been injury-prone throughout his career. Tyleik Williams, he's good to go. We just want to see development when he's going to play. Roy Lopez, he may not make the team even though we signed him in free agency, but he could. Mekhi Wingo, last year, injured, draft pick. Broderick Martin, now is told he's not making the team, and Miles Adams. The question mark is, because we've heard this, will Lions trade DJ Reader? I don't believe they're going to trade him. I think that's cray-cray. But we've seen 1,000 articles over it. Levi Onwuzurike, can he stay healthy? Who's going to come in there, right? So there is some question marks on the interior, even though I don't believe the hype. I don't believe the DJ Reader trade stuff. I think it's a fallacy. I think it's cray-cray. Again, Lee McNeil is injured. Why would you get rid of someone like DJ Reader where you have questions on the interior of the defensive line? You just make more questions. Doesn't make a lot of sense if you ask me. Number 5 thing that I'm watching for here is RB4. Now, to me, it's not the biggest question. I personally don't think it's a big deal, but we've heard 1,000 times over with articles, and I've been asked by multiple fans, who is going to be RB4? We know David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs are locks. Sione Vaki, lock. Special teamer. Who's going to win that RB3/4? Is it going to be Craig Reynolds, Justin Jackson, Anthony Tyrus, or Kyle Robichaud? Justin Jackson's not going to be him. It's not him. He's tried to make the team last couple years. It's not him. Anthony Tyrus, Kyle Robichaud, I think it's going to be Craig Reynolds. This is the way that I'm going. Why is that? We know what he brings to the team. We already know we're locked for the 3. He's not great at anything, but he's good at everything. You know he's very dependable. He's not going to fumble, any of that type of stuff. And when you're of a team that's near Super Bowl contention, we're trying to make a Super Bowl, we're trying to win a lot of games, you got a guy that knows it. Why would you give it up? Not only that, he's a locker room guy. He's respected. So it's quite difficult for me, for Dan Campbell to throw a wrench in the cog of this machine of the offense when you have everything locked up. Even though it could happen, I don't see it. but that's just me. Still, there is questions. And if I say there wasn't, that's a lie. Next one here is wide receiver 3. This is, to me, not a lot of questions in the beginning of training camp, but things we got to watch for in training camp. Why is that? St. Brown lock, Jameson Williams lock, Khalif Raymond, all these guys good to go. But wide receiver 3/4 is going with Isaac Tesla and Tim Patrick. Now, I think Tim Patrick's got this bad boy. But why do we need to watch this? Even though I think he's got a lot as 3. Because Isaac Tesla, he may make an impact. He may make plays. He may go out there in training camp and do a little bit more than what you expect. And if that's the case, look, he's going to get some playing time then on game day, right? So we got to watch this. We got to watch where the reps are taken. And not just in the beginning, but at the end of training camp and in preseason. There's something that's going to be going on here in watching his development, because Tim Patrick's good to go. But we're just watching the development of Isaac Tesla. Now I say be patient with him. 100% you got to do that. But if he's doing really well, better than expected, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that, because he may then get some touches on game day. If Tate Ratledge can kick butt this training camp, that would be a massive victory for the Lions. So like that video. Like it, and will it into existence. We want Ratledge to come out and be good, because that spells great news for the Detroit Lions. How about QB2, a massive, massive thing that they're watching for this training camp, because that's where one of the biggest question marks that's been going on for the last couple years. Kyle Allen this year versus Hendon Hooker for QB2. That's the storyline. I'm going to give you the real headline. It's Hendon Hooker versus Hendon Hooker. If Hendon Hooker doesn't develop a training camp in preseason, Lions will look elsewhere. They will go into a different direction to find QB2. They picked up Teddy Bridgewater last year for the playoffs. They will do that for Hendon Hooker if he doesn't develop right. This is a win-now team. There's a lot of other quarterbacks on other rosters the Lions could look at if they're released. I don't believe Kyle Allen is a threat. I think he's a practice squatter, a clip holder type of guy. But I don't see him as QB2 at all. But we have to watch Hendon Hooker. And best believe he is going to get pushed hard in preseason. We got an extra preseason game, and that's great for Hendon Hooker and his development. It really is. Number 2 here is the edge position. Edge, pass rush, edge. Pass rush, edge. That's what we watch. Right, who is going to get it opposite of Aidan Hutchinson? Now, you look at the depth chart, you're like, that one's easy, Mike. It's Marcus Davenport. That is the edge 2. Yeah? Well, in theory, for sure, if he doesn't get injured. Josh Paschal, injury prone as well. Al-Qadim Mohammed, we picked him up last year off the practice squad from Cincinnati. Ahmed Hassanid, 6th round pick. Pat O'Connor, Mitchell Agude, and Isaac Hooker. A lot of question marks on this edge position. It's just a ton. And for anyone to say that it's not, it's a lot. Now, if they pick up Zadarius Smith here, and they could in the next couple of weeks, then I think that this edge position would go from 2 to a 7, right? I just don't trust Marcus Davenport, and I want to be able to trust him, but I can't because of the injury. I want to trust number 2. If you trust number 2, everything else is easy. It's like, okay. If you have Smith, it's like, okay. I don't care, Marcus Davenport. He's in a low contract. He's injury prone, but we already got Smith, so he don't be out there all the time. Joshua Paschal, same thing. He doesn't have to be there out there all the time because he's an injury prone type player. Ahmed Hassan, we pick up in the draft. We can develop him, right? So there's no pressure. But right now, there's a little bit of pressure. There is. And that's hashtag facts, in my opinion. There's a little bit of pressure. And we don't want pressure. Like, there's pressure right now in Tate Ratledge. There is. And it's just, that's the way it is, because you lose Frank Ragnow, you're going to have pressure. But we don't want that for the edge position. We want the center position to be great. So like that video. and will it into existence for my man Tate Ratledge to be squared away and good to go for week 1. Number 1 position here, we've been talking about it, is the question of the day. It's the center position. Right? It is not a misconception here. We all know what it is. It is Tate Ratledge versus Graham Glasgow. That is what is taking place. And that's what's going to... Yeah, there's other... You got a Gookin in there. We got other centers. Okay. It's Tate Ratledge versus Graham Glasgow right now. Now, I don't... Look, if Tate Ratledge can't win the job, I'm fine with Graham Glasgow starting. I am, 100%. Because he is the veteran. I just want Tate to win it. That means he's surpassed Graham, right? That means he's elevated himself. I don't expect that. I just want him to get better each day. Graham can hold the fort down. He can, 100%. And I trust that he can hold the fort down when Tate is ready. But if he's ready, he's ready. That'd be great, right? That'd be the win-win. But this is a huge battle, folks. A massive battle. Just gigantic. It's gigantic because it could really 100% dictate how this season goes. Having great center position could be the difference between a win and a loss this year. You look at wins and losses, generally speaking, it's a player, it's a game of inches, it's a player here or two. And when you have a player in Frank Ragnow that retires who's an all-pro, that's a big drop-off. So you want whoever takes his spot to elevate and win it as fast as humanly possible and get this offensive line continuity beginning immediately because it's going to need it. It needs the work. So those are my 7 position battles and things to watch in training camp. What about you? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.